The cold vanish waits for those who follow, drawing them deeper into its labyrinth. The forest does not merely hide the lost, it reshapes reality itself to claim them. The forest is patient. It waits without haste, without need, beyond the measurement of human time. Billman had returned to the Olympic Peninsula, drawn by the pattern, compelled by the unsolved vanishing of John Gray and his father Randy. The forest welcomed him, not with warmth, but with quiet calculation. The pines leaned, the moss thickened, the fog crept along the forest floor like a living organism. Every step forward carried a weight, and every sound seemed amplified in the unnatural silence. He moved slowly, deliberately, documenting every anomaly. Branches twisted in impossible angles. The wind carried whispers of human speech, unintelligible but unmistakably alive. Footprints appeared briefly in mud and snow, distorted and unnerving. Rocks shifted slightly between glances, as if rearranging themselves to obscure a path. Even the rivers seemed aware, diverting subtly to mislead, to conceal, to isolate. Billman retraced the paths of John and Randy Gray, mapping the locations of their disappearances, the sites where arrows had been planted, the spots where the ground bore impressions too deep for ordinary human feet. Each detail added to a growing pattern that transcended time and geography. Other vanishings appeared to intersect this same logic. Hikers in Alaska, hunters in Montana, travelers across the Pacific Northwest who had stepped off trails and never returned. The forest had a method, had memory. It selected its victims with deliberate intent. He documented the psychological effect on those who searched. Park rangers, volunteers, and locals spoke of a presence, a sense of being observed, of hearing footsteps or voices when none should exist. Some swore they had glimpsed figures moving at the edges of their vision, tall, human-like, yet impossibly fast and silent. Anxiety grew among search teams, and the forest itself seemed to feed on that unease. It did not strike. It merely waited, shaping perception, slowing comprehension, deepening fear. The arrows John had placed emerged as central symbols in this puzzle. Meticulously crafted, etched with cryptic runes, they suggested intent, ritual, or perhaps understanding of forces unseen. They marked a map invisible to ordinary human eyes. The forest itself seemed to respect these markers, acknowledging them as thresholds, points of passage, or warnings. Those who vanished were not merely lost. They were participants in a pattern orchestrated by something older, something aware.